The air in the Bologna train station waiting room is thick with summer heat and the scent of diesel. A clock on the wall reads 10:25 a.m., its hands frozen for eternity by a force that will, in the next microsecond, turn concrete to dust and transform 85 human beings into a statistic. This is not random violence. It is a meticulously crafted message, written in blood and signed by a ghost. For more than 40 years, a secret army of sleeper agents, armed with hidden caches of weapons, operated in the shadows of nearly every Western European nation. They were created to be a last line of defense against a foreign invasion. But what happens when a weapon designed to protect a country is quietly turned against its own citizens, and the true enemy is revealed to be democracy itself? The year is 1949, and the ashes of World War II are still cooling. The Iron Curtain has descended, cleaving a continent in two. In the West, a new alliance is born, NATO, a bulwark against the perceived threat of Soviet expansion. But the fear is not just of tanks rolling across borders. It is the fear of the ballot box, the creeping dread among Western intelligence agencies that countries like Italy and France might democratically elect communist governments, handing the enemy a victory without a single shot fired. To counter this, a clandestine protocol is enacted. Under the secret guidance of the CIA and MI6, a network of stay-behind armies is established across Europe. In Italy, it is codenamed Gladio, meaning sword. In Belgium, it is SDRA-8. In Greece, it is called Operation Sheepskin. They recruit thousands of civilians, doctors, farmers, businessmen, and former soldiers, training them in sabotage and guerrilla warfare. Secret arms caches are buried in forests, hidden in cellars and sunk in lakes, containing machine guns, explosives, and communications equipment. This shadow army is NATO's darkest secret, a phantom force waiting for a war that officially would never come. But its mission soon begins to warp. The primary target shifts from Soviet invaders to internal political dissent. The men recruited for these cells are not just patriots. Many are hardline anti-communists, including known right-wing extremists and neo-fascists, chosen for their ideological fervor. The mission creep becomes terrifyingly clear in 1964. In Italy, a secret plan known as Piano Solo is prepared by the Carabinieri, Italy's national gendarmerie. The plan details the arrest of thousands of left-wing politicians, journalists, and union activists, and the seizure of government buildings. The operation is to be supported by elements of the Gladio network. The coup is only called off at the last minute. For the first time, the sword of Gladio is shown not to be a shield for the nation, but a dagger pointed at the heart of its own democratic process. The stay-behind army was not just waiting for an invasion, it was preparing to intervene if the people voted the wrong way. The strategy then evolves from prevention to provocation. A new doctrine emerges from the shadows, known in Italy as the strategia della tensione, the strategy of tension. The horrifying logic is simple. Commit brutal acts of terrorism, blame them on far-left groups, and create a climate of fear so intense that the public will cry out for a more authoritarian right-wing state to restore order. On May 31, 1972, a bomb explodes in a car near the village of Petejano, killing 3 police officers. The attack is immediately blamed on the Red Brigades, but years later the neo-fascist extremist Vincenzo Vinciguerra confesses. He admits he planted the bomb and reveals that the C4 explosive was supplied to him from a secret Gladio arms depot. He states unequivocally that the goal was to push the Italian state towards declaring a state of emergency, to terrorize the public into abandoning democratic freedoms for security. The strategy of tension reaches its monstrous apex on August 2, 1980. At 10:25 a.m., a powerful time bomb packed into an unattended suitcase detonates inside the main waiting room of the Bologna train station. The explosion rips through the building, collapsing the roof and obliterating everything in its path. 85 people are killed, and more than 200 are wounded. It is the single deadliest act of terror in Italy's modern history. The government initially blames left-wing extremists, but the evidence leads investigators down a dark rabbit hole towards the neo-fascist group Nuclei Armati Rivoluzionari, and behind them, a deeper shadow, the Propaganda Do, or P2, Masonic Lodge, a secret cabal of politicians, military officers, and intelligence agents manipulating the Italian state. The Bologna massacre is not a simple act of terrorism. It is the ultimate expression of the Shadow Doctrine, a mass murder of innocent civilians carried out to steer the political soul of a nation through sheer, unadulterated fear. The secret war was never about a Soviet invasion. It was a war of political control. Its true purpose was to build a deep state, a permanent structure of power immune to the will of the people, capable of using terror and murder to neutralize any political movement it deemed a threat. The ghost was finally unmasked on October 24, 1990, when Italian Prime Minister Giulio Andreotti, under immense political pressure, stood before his nation's parliament and publicly confirmed the existence of Operation Gladio. The admission sent shockwaves across the globe. Parliamentary inquiries were launched in Belgium, Switzerland, and beyond, uncovering the vast, decades-long conspiracy. The European Parliament passed a resolution condemning the operation, denouncing the grave danger to democracy posed by a secret army embedded within the state itself. The official networks were dismantled, and the arms caches were supposedly recovered. But the doctrine that created them never truly faced justice. The strategy of tension proved that fear is the most powerful political currency, and that the line between a state and a terror organization can be deliberately erased. The files may be sealed and the names of the puppet masters may be lost to history, but the blueprint for this shadow war remains. It is a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous monsters are not those outside the gate, but the ones we create to guard it.